Good evening, everybody, on this 1st of May, Labor Day, Sunday, the 1st of May in 2022. My name is Rainer, and you just are tuned in to Rainier Books, to my BookTube channel. Welcome. I give you a little wrap-up of the things that I did last week, and the things that I'm going to do in the next week, and the things that I will do and read in the month of May. So let's get started. I'm drinking a little good Portuguese port wine for this wrap-up. And I can tell you that I finished one book and I DNF'd another one. So let me start with the DNF. I have decided that I have to read books that I have on my Kindle, especially the ones that I got from NetGalley. I have some NetGalleys on my NetGalley copies, ARCs on my Kindle. Some of the ARCs have already been published. I have to get rid of this in order to be able to get new ones, right? So I started reading a thriller called Two Spies in Caracas by the Venezuelan author, journalist, and former politician Moises Naim. And this is a book about the time when Hugo Chavez, the president of Venezuela, who first made a military coup in the 1990s and then came to power, I think, in the end of the 1990s with an election. And about two spies sort of competing with each other, trying to kill each other in Caracas. One on the American side, one more on the Cuban Venezuelan side. This book was horribly bad. I'm sorry, NetGalley, I'm sorry to the publisher. It wasn't well written at all. The Moises Naim is a journalist. This was his debut novel. And you really see that this guy is a man who's not used to write literary books, not even thrillers, the less fiction. His writing style sort of really did not engage me. It was very simple, structured, and I didn't like it at all. And Hugo Chavez becomes a character, and the character is called Hugo. So we get sort of close to Hugo. It's like you would write the comparison is very bad. If you write about other bad people in history who have ruined their countries, and you would call them like Joseph or Adolf or whatever. I didn't like the style at all, and it didn't get close to me. And then after like 30 pages, I had to say goodbye to that book because it was wasting my time. So this was not good. But then on the other hand, I did a body read, and we haven't done the last check-in. So Jolene from Bookworm Adventure Girl from Canada and we read this book. And she's a master of Canadian literature, as you know when you know her channel. And I think we both fell for this book because the title is Canada. And this is by Richard Ford, the American author, born in 1944 in Jackson, Mississippi. And this book is, well, it's nothing but a masterpiece that I can tell you. I finished this today, about an hour ago, and I'm so engaged in this book. Could read it again, which I don't do because I don't do rereads. I think we have to read new stuff. But this a reason to pick this book up again, because there's so much in it that we probably didn't get. This is the story of a young boy, Nell Parsons, when the events that are depicted in this book happen. It's in 1960. First in Great Falls, Montana, and then in a little place. The first sentence of the novel tells you, is sort of like a summary of the whole novel. The first two sentences are, first, I'll tell about the robbery our parents committed, then about the murders which happened later. These two sentences are the summary of the novel. The first part is dedicated to the bank robbery that the parents committed that changes the life of twin kids, Nell and Bernard Parsons, 15 years old, living in Great Falls, Montana. Then their parents get arrested. Nell is moving to Canada, is fleeing to Canada because they are scared that the juvenile authorities would get hold of him, that he would get into a boys' home, a boys' place somewhere, and the girl into boys'. So Nell Parsons is leaving. He's going to Canada. A friend of his mother is sending him to Canada, to Saskatchewan, and there he meets other people who change his life dramatically, and then in the end we have two murderers. And this is so well crafted. The characters are described so good. The foreboding things that are happening, we know that bad things are happening. The reveal of information that is absolutely crucial to us, for us readers, is so well composed that and the language is so beautiful. I really, really love this book, and it shows me why I am right when I started this channel in 2020, when I said pretty much early, I want to read every book of Richard Ford that Richard Ford has written, and I have read now A Piece of My Heart, and this was Canada, and the next book that I will pick up is a short story collection of him, and I will do a long review, a single review about Canada by Richard Ford. That I can tell you, that I promise. So what am I going to read during the next week? Now that I have nothing left, yes, I have a couple of books left. I will start next week Jennifer Egan's A Visit from the Goon Squad, which is sort of a prerequisite of reading her current novel that was published in April, both in the US and in the UK, called The Candy House, because she picks up some of the characters from this book, A Visit from the Goon Squad, with this light blue cover. I also will start reading one of the novels that didn't make the shortlist of the Women's Prize, but were longlisted, because I have only 14 days to read this. And this is Careless by Kirsty Capes. Careless by Kirsty Capes. It's a sort of a coming-of-age novel. I started it, and in the beginning, the main character, the protagonist, is pregnant, and, well, she's not very happy about it, as you can see here. The third book that I got from the library on Friday, that is also on my TBR for the month of May, is a book that I'm very happy to have received. It's from Ukraine's probably most renowned author in our time, by Serhiy Zadan, and this book is called Mesopotamia, which is a book about the city of Kharkiv, that has the second largest city of Ukraine. Here's one of the blurbs. I'll read one of the blurbs for you. Here it says, Zadan is the rock star of lyrical melancholy, and Mesopotamia is not just a book of short stories, but a cosmos with Kharkiv, Babylon, at its center. We meet its lovesick citizens of weddings and funerals. Their visceral, fantastical lives unfold in the intensely prophetic atmosphere of the upcoming war. Mesopotamia by Serhiy Zadan is one of the books that I'm going to read in May, and probably will also do a single review about it, because we should, if we have the opportunity, read Ukrainian authors now more than ever. If I add some of the books in May, probably, what are you reading currently? What have you started in May? What have you finished currently that you think is a masterpiece, like Richard Ford's novel Canada? Please tell me everything about it in the comment section down below. I will see you again on Tuesday with a tag video. For today, I say have a great read, have a great evening, and bye-bye.